Hey guys, it's Ken White here, host of the Southside Unicorn Show, back again with another video. Why? Because I got something to say, that's why. Hey, it's that time of year, 30 days in before all the elections go. The general elections are sort of like the world football season, with the vuvuzelas and whatnot, and everybody's just going for it. The midterm elections are, and that's where we get a lot of bloodletting because, you don't have the big hitters like the president and all that. But it is a general election. And so here, even in my little town of Redlands, California, we have reached a time where the candidates are having their young people call and all these things. I received a call, y'all, and I answered it. And it was a young person doing the canvassing for their candidate. And because I love the political process, I was in it with Ross Perot. I did it on my own. I did a lot of stuff with it, and I believe in the American process. So when you get a young person that's calling you, no matter who the candidate is, listen to them. Let them do their spiel. Let them learn. Let them be a part of the process, and try not to make it rude or distasteful to them. So the young lady's on the phone, and she's talking to me about her candidate who happens to be running for the 4th District of Redlands, California. And so she's going on, and I said, young lady, I have one question to ask you. Did your candidate appear at the Back to Blue for the Redlands Police Department when we were there? Now, see, I'm already knowing the answer because sadly, only one showed up. Now, I'm already knowing that. Not anybody who had interest to be a city council member, not most of the council members. So, time for her to answer, right? Nah, she jogged around it, skipped around it, danced around it, tried to hit me up with some propositions, and she was aware of the name of the one council member who did show up, and she said, well, he showed up. Young lady, I didn't ask you that. I asked you about your candidate. Did your candidate show up to support law enforcement in this city? She could not answer or would not answer. I thought she'd at least say, give me a minute and go back and ask someone, because I don't want to be rude to a young person. She couldn't do it. She couldn't cross that line to say that Jenna Guzman would support law enforcement. And since she couldn't say that Jenna Guzman would support law enforcement, well, that's when I hung up the phone. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you get a Portland. This is how it happens. It never happens all at once. It happens in drops, stages, and degrees. And I don't care if they've been living here all their life, because I got a trick for you. I've been living here for 30 years. And so they always like to say that the right has dog whistles and all this. Well, let me give you a dog whistle for the left and something you definitely better watch out for. When you hear a candidate talking about words like diversity, change, and all this stuff, progressiveness, you better watch out. So let me explain this real quick. I've been living in Redlands, California for over 30 years, and I'm black, as you can see, and I've lived a good life here. The people of Redlands, California are good people. Black, white, Hindu, Chinese. I know all kind of people here, and I've known them longer than Jenna Guzman's been alive. I've known them longer than she was running for an office in this city. And we don't need nobody virtue signaling that we need more diversity. We don't. Redlands is just fine. And if you don't want to become a Portland, if you don't want to become a New York, I suggest that you do not, please don't do this to Redlands. This is how it happens, ladies and gentlemen. I went looking for a picture of her because, once the young lady called me, of course it's going to spark my curiosity. So I Googled up Jenna Guzman. I get one picture of Jenna Guzman, and next to Jenna Guzman is another picture that looked oddly like AOC. I thought I was looking at AOC, and I'm not making that as some ethnic disparagement. If somebody was wearing a white glove and sunglasses and a red jacket and some sparkly socks, you're gonna think Michael Jackson. Okay, so let's keep it real. Keep that race stuff out of my face stuff. She looked remarkably like AOC now. But there are pictures of her that she didn't look like that. So I pose the question to you, my beautiful Redlands family. Do we need an AOC? Hell, New York don't want the one they got. So, okay, we're in the last 30 days, and I guess I'm just gonna have to get more vocal. But Jenna Guzman doesn't support law enforcement. Jenna Guzman, being a member of the mental health community, with a doctor's degree even. In her campaign ad, she says that we need more social services, more mental health. I would agree with that to a point. But at the same time, she being from the mental health organizations must remember this one simple maxim. Doing the same thing over and over again is a sign of insanity. We've tried it your way, Democrats. We've tried it your way, progressive leftist. No. No on Jenna Guzman. Thank you.